What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? This is We Game, the only gaming news show with a worse Metacritic score than Destiny. This week's episode is brought to you by Opinion Outpost, which you can check out in the link in the description box. Stick around to the end of the video to learn how you can sign up and earn all kinds of free stuff, including free video games and up to $1,000 cash. Well, the review scores for Destiny are in, and they are much lower than I think most people anticipated. With a 76 from the critics and a 6.6 user score, ultimately, Destiny is certainly not the hyped game that we expected it to be. At its core, Destiny does a lot of things right. The gameplay itself is pretty good, the visuals are certainly stunning, the looting system is interesting and intriguing, and even though all of these different elements are borrowed from other games, they come together fairly decently. There are certainly things with Destiny that are not great though. The loot system definitely could use some work, the combat can get bland and boring after a period of time, and ultimately the game just kind of feels shallow. Because maybe it's because of the lack of story, or maybe it's because there's just enough polish on it. At the end of the day, the game feels kind of empty. Now, the makers of Destiny actually claim that this is kind of by design, that the game is completely different after you put about 20 hours into it, but different doesn't necessarily equate good. The end game of Destiny is not very much fun. It's a grind fest in which you do the same strikes over and over and over again in the hopes of finally getting a piece of gear that can benefit your character. There are a lot of games that do this incredibly better with a lot more fun gameplay, and that's where Destiny truly fails. Though not all is lost, Destiny is certainly a work in progress, a game that would be polished more and more as time goes on. In fact, this week, the very first raid, the Vault of Glass, was released, and after 17 hours, it has been conquered by a Firestrike team, and this team has said that it was one of the most challenging things they've ever done in a video game. I imagine the loot probably wasn't very good though. Though Destiny is one of the best-selling games ever, having already sold $325 million worth of product by the time I recorded this, with plenty more sales coming up, it is a very large game with a lot of stuff to do. Ultimately, it's a good game. It's just not the great game we were all hoping it would be. But with a little bit of spit and a little bit of polish, I think Bungie will be able to turn things around. They've got 2 expansions planned, and those 2 expansions could really get things on track. It is, however, in my humble opinion, the best game of this console generation so far. Man, those guys have really got to get their stuff together. Now, as I reported earlier in this week, Microsoft has bought out Mojang, the company that makes Minecraft, and the internet still is very concerned about what all this means. Now, while I don't want to repeat myself from a previous video, there is one question that I left unanswered. Why did Microsoft buy Mojang? A possible answer to that question came about today when a chief executive, Satya Nadella, came out and said that they purchased Minecraft in order to help teach kids about science. Nadella says that Microsoft considers Minecraft to be a learning tool and one that will definitely get kids interested in learning how to create, how to build, and how to do things in the real world as well. Anyone who's even dabbled in Minecraft has a pretty good idea of how complicated the physics in this game can actually be, especially when it comes to manipulating redstone, and at the end of the day, this is actually a really great learning tool. And I want to believe this answer other than the more obvious answer, cash. Cash money, big stacks of cash, as big and fat as they could possibly be, infinite wealth, cash money, dollar money, cash bucks money, cash money. If you can't build a better game, buy the better game. Another possible reason was tweeted by YouTuber Total Biscuit, who said, Microsoft buys Minecraft, a game that Xbox can actually run. Oh man, call a burn ward, as that is vicious. Most players will be excited to hear that the re-release of Grand Theft Auto 5 for the next generation has been dated. The release for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One will be November 18th, 2014, and on PC, January 27th, 2015, because apparently Rockstar hates PC gamers. Seriously, where is the port of Red Dead Redemption? Jesus. Now, if you were just expecting a new graphical overhaul, you would be incorrect. In fact, there are brand new vehicles, new activities, brand new weapons, and all kinds of new great stuff to do. Probably the most exciting feature to me is the fact that online play has been enhanced, including up to 30 people taking place in a single event at a single time. In fact, if you played on one of the previous generation's consoles, you'll actually be able to transfer your character over to the console of your choice, and that's pretty cool. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to talk about my sponsor, Opinion Outpost, for just 1 second. When I was a poor college student, I wasn't able to afford a lot of stuff, so I used to go to the local mall where they had this place where you could fill out surveys and get free prizes and sometimes even cash. You see, research companies are so desperate to get your opinion on TV and food and other different types of products, even politics, that they're actually willing to compensate you to get it. For simply going to Opinion Outpost and registering for free, you giving your opinion, you can get access to great stuff like Amazon gift cards, free products, and even up to $10,000 given away every quarter. Every time you fill out a survey, you register for that $10,000, and that's a lot of money. So click the link in the description box, and not only will you support the show, but you'll get an opportunity to get a lot of free stuff. And if you win that $10,000, you better buy me some video games. All right, that's We Game. I hope you're enjoying the series. Please give me your feedback. I am always interested in hearing what you think. I hope that I'm doing a good job, and I hope that you're enjoying it. And as always, man, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. I love you very much, and I'll speak again with you soon.